Hello. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hattie's here. Say hi. How are we doing? What's going on? Hello. Happy Tuesday. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. Welcome to today's live stream. Hattie's just going to stare at me. So guys, we've reached a new level of live streaming now because I now brought snacks. It's not just Coke Zero anymore. It's in a vintage era appropriate little Pyrex. We have popcorn. And did you know that you can now get popcorn that's caramel corn mixed with cheddar popcorn? Melisha, are you hearing this? Because I like to mix up the popcorns. Melisha said yes. So at Christmas time, we received a gift from one of the people who we work with who print our patterns, actually our envelopes. And they sent like one of those popcorn bundles. It wasn't like one of the barrel things, but it was like a bag, and there were like 5 different flavors. And I just like went crazy on this stuff. I could not stop. And so I was like mixing. There was like ranch and caramel and kettle corn, white cheddar, and then there was like peppermint something, which we were both not into. But I had so much fun like mixing up all the flavors and letting Melisha know which ones were the best. And I really liked like ranch and kettle corn together. But who knew that you could get it pre-mixed? Are you excited, Melisha? Melisha always brings this like all natural, unsalted popcorn to work, and then she gives it to Hattie, and Hattie's like, no. She won't even eat it. Like organic popcorn. So yeah, this is exciting for me. How are we all doing? So today's a casual live stream, obvious, if that's not obvious already. It's very hot here. I had a fan. I put it somewhere. Yeah, you so excited, Melisha? I know. This is big. This changes everything. So yeah, very casual, but we have like a lot of stuff to catch up on because it's been a while. And first of all, yeah, we need to talk about Hepburn tops. So guys, we need to talk about my camper. All right, but first let's talk about my top. So guys, I'm wearing the new Hepburn top. This is the one with the ruched shoulder. It has these little bows that go like into these channels in the shoulder. And I made this today. You want to know how long it took me? From cutting to finishing, just under an hour. I kid you not. So I just wanted to like give this a little love, this pattern a little love. This is the V-neck version. And I would normally wear this like tucked in to something like my skirt. I'm wearing the knit pencil skirt from Gertie Sew's Vintage Casual. So these look really cute together. But I just wanted to kind of show it. One thing that people always ask me is, what do your tops look like untucked? And I never have pictures because I just don't really wear these untucked. But I thought it'd be fun. To wear it untucked today and just show you kind of like what it looks like. So this does have like some shaping at the waist. It has French darts. You can't see anything in black, sorry guys, but you can see the length. You can see the length of the top. So I like to make it just long enough to tuck in but also looks really cute, like on its own. And what else did I want to tell you? Oh, so this has a more modest neckline. You guys know I hate that word, but a more modest neckline. I never tuck my t-shirts. Gertie untucked. I know every time I say untucked, I think we're talking about Drag Race. So this is a different kind of untucked. So yeah, so and this is what it would look like tucked into something. And this is just like has gathers at the shoulder, little bows. Now Melisha and I have matching ones because she made this exact top in this fabric. We have this fabric in the studio and this ribbon in the studio. So now we're twins. So yeah, this is a fun little top. Sarah says all Ponte I'm finding online says the stretch is 30 to 50%. Why can't I find the 15 to 25% you recommend? Gosh, I don't know, because most Ponte should be around 25%. So have you tried, yeah, that's weird for a Ponte to be that stretchy. 50% is a lot, but you know what? 30% could be okay. So yeah, I think most Pontes will be okay. If it's a little more stretchy, you'll probably just need to take the side seams in a little bit more. You can get the pattern on the Charm Patterns site. Melisha will ship it to you. Thanks, Melisha. Oh, so hot. You tune into Gertie Untucked. That's what we're doing. That's what this is right now. What else are we talking about? Gertie Untucked. Took me just under 2 hours, but I really took my time and went slow on the darts because that's a new one for me, says Michelle. Yeah, one thing to know about the pattern is that, oh my gosh, guys, I'm glistening. One thing you should know about the pattern is that it does have cup sizes, just like our other charm patterns, but there are more grouped together per grouping of cup size. So it goes like A to C cup, D to F, and then G and H are grouped together. So there are 3 different top fronts that you would have to cut, depending on your cup size. And the reason for that is because of the stretch, there's a little more wiggle room in the fitting of the darts and the cup sizes. So you can fit more, you know, a wider range of cup sizes into one grouping. So one thing to be aware of is that the darts are these like curved French darts, and they just give you a little shaping. I'm sorry, guys, you can't see anything. They give you a little shaping just right here. I'm running my hand along my dart right here. So it ends about right there, goes to the side seam. It's just curved up. So for the lower cup sizes, A to C, you just have to transfer. You have to transfer the dart marking, sew it as usual. It's a little, you know, just take your time because of the curve on the French dart. And then same with D through F, but then G through H, the dart is actually cut out. So if you ever seen one of those darts that has, you have to like cut a wedge into the dart is like that. And there is a note about it in the pattern, but I just thought I'd mention it because I have been getting questions about it. Megan says there have been so many Hepburns and Stanwicks on Insta and Facebook. I know, I'm loving seeing them. So if you're wondering about fabric for this top, I did a special video specifically on this top. So please check that out. It is in my YouTube lives, and in the title, it says that I'm talking about fabric for the Hepburn top. Lauren says she just made one in black and red heart print. That sounds so cute. All right. Erica found a French terry. Yeah, French terry is great for this top because it doesn't have a ton of stretch. So yeah, any questions about Hepburn? Oh my gosh, guys, stay here. Oh, I'm so hot. It's 80 degrees in here. Let me just fan myself. You guys know I like to do this for effect anyway. Don't mind me. Dahlia says the link for the Gertie Sews Vintage Casual is not working. I'm not sure where you mean. What link? You should be able to find it on Amazon. It is right, Alicia. It's really hot. Oh God. Oh yeah, we got to talk about. We got to talk about my sweater having the vapors. So hot, so hot. Oh, Jesus is here. Hello, Jesus. You were just saying you haven't been able to make these because of work, so I'm glad they let you relax a little today. Goodness. Oh, just fanning myself, just relaxing. We got to, okay, guys, let's make an agenda. Let's talk about, one, knitting. 2, my new vintage camper. 3, drag race. Is that everything? Knit camper. I think that's everything. Camper first. All right. I'm willing to take requests. So, guys, knitting, camper, drag race, new Patreon. Okay. All right. Okay. Guys, 1 camper, 2 knitting, 3 drag race, 4 a new Patreon. All right. Good. You guys are going to have to keep me on track because you know I forget as soon as I say what we're going to talk about. 1, my camper. Okay. So as I've mentioned here, I had started looking for a vintage camper or trailer, as I hear they are technically called. My mom just bought an RV, which I'm super excited about, and we were thinking about ways to get together this summer without flying. And before I knew it, my whole family, which is basically me, my brother, and me. No, that's not right. Me, my mom, and my brother, and obviously my sister-in-law and my niece and nephew, we were all talking about buying campers all of a sudden and getting together this summer by just like meeting somewhere in the middle and camping. So of course, as soon as this came up, I got really excited about the idea of a vintage camper because there's so many cute ones. And especially I got really enamored of these little Shastas, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, just like Google like 1963 Shasta or Shasta Air Flight or something like that, like very mid-century. They came in really cute colors. So I got really excited about finding a vintage camper and potentially doing a little fixing up of it. And then I got really excited because I was like, wait, it could become like the Charm Patterns camper. And Alicia and I can like go travel to shows and stuff and bring you guys patterns, and you can shop out of the camper. And like there's all sorts of fun stuff we could do. It's very obviously on brand. So I got really excited about finding a camper. And you'll remember I told my mom, I said, okay, if I find like the early 60s Shasta of my dreams, I'm gonna buy it. And then like the next day I found it, which I wasn't really expecting because they're not that common out here on the East Coast. You see a lot of these in like California, Colorado, out there. So I was really, so first of all, I wanted to be pink. And some of them are pink and people like repaint them pink, and they did originally come in like a salmon-y pink, which not my favorite, but anyway. So I was like, I want a pink one. If I find it, I'm going to buy it. I didn't find a pink one, but I found on Facebook Marketplace, 3 hours from where I live, a 1963 Shasta. The model is 16SC, which means it's 16 feet long and it's self-contained, meaning that it has a toilet. Now, the toilet is another story, and I'm not really going to get into that today. But anyway, beautiful, like my dream model, and it has been completely restored, and everything was kept as true to the original as possible. So I got really excited. It's not pink. It's like a very cute powder blue. And it's super, super cute. It was, so yeah, Facebook Marketplace, this guy was selling it. And, you know, when I wrote to this guy, I was just like, yeah, we'll see where this goes, because I don't, if you guys have ever tried to sell or buy anything on Facebook Marketplace, it can be a complete nightmare and people are just super flaky. Sorry, I just saw Jesus is wearing salmon colored pants. That's different. That's different. So I had a lot of talks with this guy, and it just sounded great. It kind of sounded a little too good to be true. And the price was great. And there was like a couple before me looking at it, but then it turned out that he didn't really want to sell it to them. Like, he didn't really like what he didn't really like their idea of what they wanted to do with the camper. They wanted to take it like off-roading, and like, you know, it's beautiful. It's like really, it's beautiful. Like, the outside is pristine, like vintage. You don't want to be off-roading with that. So anyway, somehow, like, through my first try on Facebook Messenger, or, Marketplace, I managed to like buy this amazing camper. I went up there over the weekend on Saturday. So this was all day, because this is, it's 3 hours away to get to this guy. It's a glamper. It's 3 hours away, and I went up there, and it's a different world up there. Outside of Ithaca, people have like these big trucks. It's a whole different world. Anyway, I peed in the woods, but that's another story. So I'm getting very outdoorsy, guys. All right. So, so I went to see this. I met this guy. What a character. I loved meeting him. He does vintage restoration as a hobby. He did this Shasta like for his family, and now his kids are grown up, so they're like not really camping anymore, getting rid of the Shasta. But what he's focusing on now is restoring 40s and 50s pinball machines. He took me in. I've had like a couple experiences lately where people have taken me into their collections of vintage things, and I've walked into something that looks like a museum, and I'm like in a sort of like unassuming place. I'm like, what is this? He has this like entire outbuilding that he has set up to restore these pinball machines in. It's climate controlled. He restores them to look like new, guys. I have never seen anything like this. The like little figurines and the pinball machines are like lacquered. They're like gleaming, shining. It was just so cool. And so it turned out that he is selling the Shasta also to fund the expansion of his pinball space. So I don't know. I liked meeting this guy. And obviously, once I saw the pinball machines, I was like, okay, this guy like really appreciates vintage. Obviously, he knows what he's doing with restoration. And anyway, I saw the camper. I'm sure you guys want to hear that part. I saw the camper. It is so cute. The outside of it is just gorgeous. The inside is very, very original. So it had some water damage at some point, but he has completely restored the wood framework and also replaced the birch panels on the inside. And he went to a lot of trouble, like sourcing the same Canadian birch that Shasta used in the 60s, and like really took care with this restoration. Yeah, he's serious. He's really cool. And I love the camper. It's like, he hasn't changed anything about the layout. It's like stepping back into time. Like, the original owner had an inventory list of things that were in the camper down to like the board games, and most of the stuff is still in there. So the inventory list and most of the original inventory, and like the dishes from the 60s. And yeah, it was just really fun. And what I like about it is that it really just needs the thing it needs the most is some cosmetic work on the inside. It has a dinette and a side couch, and they both fold out to become beds. One's a almost full bed, and the other is a twin size bed. And the cushions that fold out, and they fold out in really clever ways to become a dinette chair and then become a twin bed. So anyway, those are the original cushions. And they have obviously seen better days. Yeah, but the great thing about having the originals is that I can make a pattern off of them and recreate new cushions. And what I want to do with it is I would like to obviously make new cushions, new curtains. I'm thinking about replacing the flooring. It's the original flooring. It's like a beigey linoleum. And I would also like to replace the countertops and the dinette counter. So I have sourced all the materials I want for that. And obviously everything's going to be pink. And then the exterior, I'm going to paint the bottom. So it has the very classic Shasta white on the top, silver lightning bolt, powder blue on the bottom. It's a great color of blue, but I need it to be pink. So the bottom is going to be sort of like a bubblegummy, kind of like the wall behind me, mid-century, like mid-tone rosy pink. So I did talk to the guy who sold it to me. I said, listen, I really need to get your blessing on painting this thing pink, and painting it all, because I know he went to so much trouble with the exterior that he somehow managed, he like chipped off some of the original paint and managed to have it color matched exactly and repaint the exterior himself in the original Shasta blue. So part of me was like, should I tell him what I want to do with it? Because I knew he was like really, he wanted someone who's really going to respect this piece and the restoration work he'd done. So I really felt like I had to say to him, listen, are you going to be really bothered if I make this thing pink? And at first he said, just don't show me. And then when I explained to him a little bit more about like my brand and how I would make sure it was a very like era appropriate pink and I would have it done well, and he was sort of on board. So yeah, well, I have this done by the end of November for Dapper Day in Orlando and our Fort Wilderness trip. I mean, yeah, why not? What month is it now? Yeah, sure, we'll say yeah. So guys, I am planning on obviously documenting a lot of this, and I thought that I would start with the cushions and maybe do a video for YouTube talking about how you would take original camper cushions and make or any original cushions like from a patio set or something like that, and make a pattern off of them and make some new cushions. I mean, I can't promise it's going to be like super in depth, but or like, you know, it's not going to be like one of my garment videos, but I will show you like the basics of how it's done. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about this as like a potential documentation journey. I think I'm going to do a mix of DIYing this and hiring people who know what they're doing. So we'll see. I'm going to start with the things that I know how to do for sure without even consulting anything. And then we'll go from there. How am I going to pull it? The $1 million question that doesn't have an answer yet. So guys, I don't have a car that's powerful enough to pull this fabulous Shasta. So I'm in the market for a new car now as well. So I'm so hot. So I did some car shopping yesterday. I did look at Jeeps yesterday, Erica. So I went to the Subaru dealership. Preen with fan. I feel like I want to do like I need some fanography. The camper was more important. So let's see. Believe me, guys, I would love to have a vintage car, but I also recognize that I'm in a little over my head with the vintage camper. Not over my head, but you know, it's new. So And I've kind of wanted to upgrade my car for a while. It's a bit on the older side. I'm thinking I'm going to buy a new Subaru. That's kind of where I'm leaning. An Outback, which should be able to pull this thing. So Subaru Outback, that's what Bonnie says. So I've also gotten kind of obsessed, speaking of vintage cars, is these Jeep Wagoneers. Have you guys seen these? Oh my God. That's what if I just were going for looks alone. Hi, Jenny. If I were just going for looks alone, I would probably get a Jeep Wagoneer from like 1990 because I love how those look. They have a sort of retro mid-century look to them, while obviously being slightly newer, but that's still a 30-year-old car, guys. So I think what I'm gonna do, feel free to DM me and tell me I'm wrong. I think what I'm gonna do is get a white Subaru Outback with the most up-to-date safety features, because that's really important to me while I'm driving this thing and towing the camper. And it will be sort of, because it's white, it will sort of blend with the Shasta, and maybe I can even put the Charm Patterns logo on the Subaru. What do you guys think? Yeah, obviously it's not like the fabulous vintage car of our dreams, but I'm thinking, because I went a little bit with my like dream vintage camper, I should go a little more practical on the car, especially because I'm new to towing things. And yeah. Definitely a safe car. Thanks, Malaysia. So yeah, wow, car shopping in the middle of a pandemic is interesting. Car safety first. Yeah, I got to learn how to tow this thing, how to back it up. So yeah, that's my plan. And I'm excited. I've had sort of like, yeah, it has heated seats. Yeah, I've had like guys, my Camry is 12 years old, and it's a beat up little thing at this point, and it doesn't have any modern amenities like Bluetooth, or I don't know, whatever the kids like in their cars these days. So this is going to be a big step up for me. Yeah, so that's the plan. That's all I pretty much have to tell you guys for now. I need to like make a decision on the car this week. And a CRV is also a super solid choice. All right, I'll check that out, guys. Bluetooth will change my life. Oh yeah, this is definitely a company car. Yeah, so, and I did check the back to see how many dress forms I can get in there. Yes, don't worry. I've definitely researched the towing capacity for that's like the first thing I've checked for all of the cars that I've looked at. So yeah. After practice, my dad told me maybe you should not back up. Oh, Kate says, my friend does vinyl car wrapping. Ooh, I like that idea. Maybe we just put something fabulous on the car. Jenny says we have a tow package on the truck, get electric brakes too. All right, thanks guys. Yeah, so this week is all about figuring out the car. So yeah, if you do have any thoughts or anything you want to tell me about towing vehicles, just shoot me an email, shoot me a DM on Instagram. Okay. Preening fan brake. If you can get air brakes on the Shasta, it's highly recommended. There is some sort of brake in the Shasta, so I didn't really understand what he was talking about, Trisha. So I will look into that. So yeah, I can't believe I got my camper. I mean, who buys the first camper they look at? I mean, how did that happen? It happened so quickly. So yeah, I did put some photos in my Instagram stories, and I got so many messages. People were so so excited about it, and it really is like super cute. It's adorable. So yeah, exciting times. Really, I think I'm just going to look back on this period of my life, and like the pandemic period, and be like, what happened? What happened? Yes. Okay. All right. Cool. Who finds a camper they want when they begin searching? You do. I know, it was really weird. It was very weird. All right, everyone. Preen break. Should we talk about knitting? Should we do some tucking / untucking? That's a different kind of video. All right, everyone. So, knitting. All right. As you know, I finished my jailbird sweater. I'm going to try to take pictures today. Tech equipment for security. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, knitting is next. Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda. So I finished my jailbird sweater. It is so cute. I'm going to try to take some pictures of it today so I can post it. Okay, so then I started my boardwalk blouse. And so the first thing I did was some swatching. And if you guys aren't up to date on what I'm talking about, this is if you like knitting, or if you're interested in learning how to knit, my lovely friend Amy Appel, she has a line called Poison Girls, which is a line of vintage inspired knitting patterns. So similar to what I do for charm patterns, hers have a more sort of like rockabilly bad girl, like she's really inspired by things like Crybaby, Wanda Jackson, things like that. So so these are the patterns we're talking about, if you're curious. And I'm starting her sweater called the Boardwalk Blouse. I'm making it a rainbow cake fantasy. And I had to swatch first. So the recommended needle size was a US 3. That's what I'm talking about. And it was way too small. So the gauge is supposed to be like 6.75 stitches per inch. I just made these tiny little swatches. And this one is 8 stitches per inch. So I had to go up a needle size and try again. And then I got like 7 stitches per inch. So that's much closer to what we want. And I would be okay with it fitting a little smaller than the measurements. So I went with the size 4 needle. So now that I got that done with, I started knitting. And oh my gosh, guys, I can't believe how far I got. How far I got. So I did, this is the back, the upper back. It's like top down. So there's ivory between the rainbow colors. Someone suggested that I do pink first. So whoever that was, thank you. And I like that idea because then there's going to be another rainbow at the bottom. It repeats. So the pink will be next to the purple, which is going to be really cute. So yeah, I just started my yellow stripe, and then it's going to be green and blue and pink. I mean purple. You know what I mean. DM means direct message. So look how fun. Yeah, and the yellow is like a really pale buttercream color. So yeah, very excited. This is going a lot faster than I expected. I did have a moment where I don't know why, but I was just like, am I making the right choice? Is it weird to make a rainbow sweater? What if I don't like it? And then I got all like weird, and like I was all like fretting over my sweater. And then I was like, who cares? Seriously, who cares? Like, if I make this whole thing and I don't like it, who cares? This isn't my job. There's literally zero pressure on this. So knitting was meant to be my fun, stress-free hobby. So I don't know why I started worrying about like, was this going to be like aesthetically pleasing and was it all going to work out? And who cares? That's the phrase of the day. Who cares? So yeah, it's gonna be rainbow fantasy, rainbow layer cake fantasy, and I think it's gonna be really fun. And it's also really fun because I get to like use different colors, so like I don't have to keep going back to the one color that I picked. Oh, what's that? Yeah, I think I will love. So that's happening. Is anyone else making a boardwalk blouse now? I know that Melisha was supposed to start on hers over the weekend. She got mad at me for starting mine. I thought we were starting them together over the weekend. She thought we were waiting. She's very upset. Very upset. Who cares? So yeah, anyone else? Oh, bye, Jesus. Thank you for coming. It was nice to see you again. Hang in there. Mwah. So, oh, a sweetheart bomber. Yeah, that's really cute. So yeah, so guys, this is not an official knit along. This is just, I'm just like showing you my progress. And if you guys happen to be knitting it at the same time, how fun would that be? Is that a ribbon? What's going on here? Oh, my ribbon came up through my blouse. There we go. Oh, the bomber jacket looks like really intense. Very intense. A stitch together. Ooh, I like that. So yeah, if you are, you know, come join the live streams and we'll discuss. Yeah, so very fun. The other fun thing about knitting as a hobby is that you get to keep planning your next project because you have to like, at least now especially, you kind of have to order yarn. So I have, and on Ravelry, you can have like a whole queue of projects, which is really fun. So I am thinking I'm going to do Rizzo after this one. And I got my yarn on order from Beehive Yarns. It's like an atomic aqua color that's coming. And what else? Oh, I need to do the Christmas sweater, but at this rate, I might kind of put that off a little bit more. I kind of want to go back and do another jailbird in the recommended yarn. Who knows? Who cares? Who cares? Yeah, so that's the knitting portion of the agenda. Any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns? Yeah, her patterns are great. The instructions are super clear. What's next on the agenda? Drag race? Is it drag race? I won't regret another jailbird. That's what I'm thinking. With my jailbird, I kind of, you know, I did a different yarn with a different fiber content than the original. And it just changed some things about how it turned out and what I needed to do with the neckband. I still love it, but it kind of, since I'm new at knitting garments, it made me want to go back and knit it in the recommended yarn and see what the difference was or how it came together differently. And plus, it's so cute. So I was thinking about doing like a robin's egg blue and white stripe for the jailbird. I thought would be really cute. So I did not add length to my jailbird, and I love the length. So guys, if you want to find me on Ravelry, I am So Gertie So. If you want to find Melisha, she is Melisha Simone. So friend us. The recommended yarn is a dream to work with. Yeah, it looks really nice. Robin's egg is gorgeous. All right, great. That's what I'm going to do. Where do I get my yarn from? You know, I've been ordering mostly online during the pandemic. I would prefer to buy from a local shop just so I can see the colors and feel it. I did get my Kobasi for the jailbird from my local shop because she's currently like delivering, which is great. So I got that from Beetle and Fred, which is my local yarn and fabrics shop here in Beacon, New York. And the other stuff I ordered, I got most of this from the rainbow stuff from an online shop called Makers Mercantile. Makers Mercantile. That sounds so weird, those two words when I say it. Yeah, Jimmy Bean's wool, I've ordered from them. The yarn for the Rizzo, I ordered directly from the yarn maker who is Beehive Yarns. So, I mean, there are a lot of options out there. And I would say, you know, if you're looking for sites to order yarn from, it's a great idea to start at Ravelry. Ravelry has so much information on it. So you can find links to yarn. Okay, so I'm going to try to get pictures of the jailbird tonight. Good night, Carrie. Sleep time. Yeah, great small dyers on Etsy. Oh my gosh, there's so much yarn out there, guys. All right, so Drag Race. What other books do I recommend? I've never read The Paris Wife. Yeah, but that's a good topic maybe for another day, is a little book club, books we like. All right, Patreon is next. Let's do that next. So, especially because people who aren't keeping up with Drag Race may want to leave. So I like to do Drag Race last. Okay, so let's discuss Patreon. So today is May 26th. And next Monday is June 1st, which means a new Patreon project is coming your way. I've talked a bit about it here a little bit before. You guys were trying to get me to spill all the details because Melisha wasn't here. Melisha, they were very naughty. But I didn't. I did share that this project is cool because it's both an expansion and you can make it on its own. So it's both a standalone and an expansion. So that's exciting. It's very summery, and I think you guys are going to love it. So I can't wait to show it to you. It's very different. Melisha, I know this month did go by really fast. I can't believe this is coming up already. So different from the dressing gown, which I'm happy about, because you guys know I was like having some insecurities about, like, are you guys going to love what I do next as much as you love the dressing gown? So yeah, it's just different. It's a totally different thing. I did do great. I wouldn't tell them anything. I just gave them a couple little hints. Yeah, the month went by super fast. So the other thing is I'm going to have a new YouTube project coming up. It was supposed to come out before Patreon, but I had some delays. It's been an experience, guys, trying to get this all done at home on my own. So YouTube is going to come after Patreon. I don't want to release them both on the same day, but I've been hinting at another project, and it's still very well in the works, and I just don't want it to be too close to the Patreon release. So what I've decided is that I'm going to do the Patreon release on June 1st, as usual. There's always a new project on Patreon on the 1st of the month. And then there will be an exciting new project maybe like a week after that on YouTube. So yeah, I'm not gonna tell you guys anything other than that, because I'm gonna start to spill too much. Yeah, you'll get all the info on Monday. Don't worry. I know, if I start to tell you anything else, I'm going to give away too many details. I know I am. So it's a surprise. June 1st is my release date. The first of the month is always a Patreon release date. So Patreon is a monthly subscription service, and you get a new project every month. I like to do my release on the 1st of the month. So that means on the 1st of the month, you get a new Video, you get a new PDF download, and you get a new set of instructions. So a lot happens on Patreon on the 1st. And yes, the PDF patterns do have layers to them. Spill the tea. Okay. Guys, stop it. Too much excitement for one day. Yeah, so there's fun stuff coming up. Oh, did my bow come undone? Oh no. Oh no. Bow tying break. I know they are really bad. They're bad. Bad boys and girls in this live chat. But look at me holding strong. All right. So let's see. That's really all there is to say about Patreon at the moment. Get ready. Get ready to have an exciting Monday. Everything's still kind of in the work. You know how Patreon, the cycle is just so crazy with Patreon. So the photos are currently being edited right now. The video is done. It needs some final edits. I did the cutting layouts today. Melisha, I did the cutting layouts in like an hour. It went so fast. Oh, thank you, sewing goddesses. Went so fast. Yes, if you sign up for Patreon now, you get the June one. Yeah, so can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait to show you guys what it is. All right. So the final topic of the day is Drag Race. So if you're not a fan of the show RuPaul's Drag Race, or if you haven't watched this season yet and you want to remain unspoiled, don't want any details, then now might be the time to leave, though we will miss you. I'm not telling you have to leave. You can feel free to hang out still, even if you're not a Drag Race fan. So last week was the reunion, which what a time. What a time to have a reunion. It was done sort of like via Zoom. I don't know. I would love to know what technology they actually used and how they created this virtual reunion. And I actually really loved it. I thought it was super cute. They kind of played around with the whole like Brady Bunch-esque vibe of like having, you know, the little cubes of people in their living rooms, and did a number called the Shady Bunch, which was really cute. You couldn't get through. It was awkward. I liked it. I thought it was really cute. There was zero drama. So if you're one of those people who likes reunions for the drama and the fighting, that didn't happen. It was like even what's her face? Big mouth, Britta. Even she and Aiden had a sweet like making up moment, and Britta, who I felt was like the worst behaved person in terms of like bullying and all of that. She said she didn't like what she saw when she saw herself in the season. There was no discussion of the disqualified contestant Sherry Pie. There was like maybe one or two little like hints at the fact that there had been 13 contestants. Rue's mask. What was Rue wearing? Yeah, it's well known that Rue does not do her own hair and makeup. So in quarantine, apparently that's what Rue can make happen. Not even a suit. Why not even a suit? Though Rue is not usually in drag for the reunions. Rue usually wears a Klein Epstein and Parker suit. Sponsored by. Yeah, what was he wearing? Okay, so I guess the joke was that it was like a reverse mask. It looked like a wrestling mask. And I mean, the only thing I could think was it was kind of funny because it left the nose and mouth exposed and everything else except for his eyes was covered. So maybe that was a bit of a joke. It's like a completely useless mask. The other thing I thought is that we all know Rue has had a bit of cosmetic work done at this point. So no, but she wouldn't be getting work done right now. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it would. So yeah, the mask scared you. Yeah, it was pretty scary. It was cute. I liked the queens who went with the slumber party theme. Jada's look was very cute. Had the little pillow and the eye mask and everything. She couldn't get her fillers. Yeah, I don't know. There's really not a lot to say about the reunion. I was kind of hoping you were hoping somebody would have a towel on their head with facial cream. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of okay. Well, one thing I do need to say is that Jan kind of went all out. What do we think about when the queens get like super referential about things that like the fans respond to? Like they get self-referential, I guess is the way to put it. Like a good example would be Monet Exchange with the sponge. Like how long has she been milking that sponge thing? And I think, and like, you know, Monique Hart is another good example when, you know, Brown Cow Stunning, like everyone really responded to it at first. So they've just kind of taken these things and made them their brand. And then they have to make like brown cow dresses, sponge dresses, you know, like, and then I felt like Jan went a little bit down that route because there was a bit of a meme going around with her expression when she lost the Madonna challenge. And she had a robe that was printed with just her face from that meme. And she also had her hair in curlers with the little Michelle Visage flight attendant hat that she had been wearing during that challenge. Could be cute if she doesn't like try to make this her career. You did not believe Britta. Yeah, Jen is very cute. Jada looked great. Nikki Doll, very low effort. I mean, she looked gorgeous, but she looked like she just had her hair back in a bun or something, and her makeup was done, and she was maybe wearing like a cute top. But I was just like, wow, that is like surprisingly little effort for the reunion. Oh, and also so what she learned from watching the show is that she was much better than she thought she was. And that her baby was actually very, very funny. And I was like, okay, girl. Is that what you learned? Can we talk about the possible love thing going on with Gigi and Crystal? I don't think it's a thing. What do you guys think? I mean, I think that they had a little sweet platonic kiss backstage, and after the whole Brangie thing last season, I think people were trying to make it more than it was, and I think that they're kind of doing a coy little like, oh, we'll never tell thing. When I think they're just friends. What do you guys think? What do we think? Yeah, and I think they're kind of messing with us. Not buying it. Yeah, I know. I think it's kind of a non thing. Cheers. But cute couple, if it is a thing. Very cute. What else? What else do we have to talk about? Oh, the other thing I was kind of hoping was that maybe we would get some news on, were they possibly going to add a queen to the finale? Because Sherry Pie would have been in the top 4. The question is, now they only have 3 queens. Would they potentially add a 4th because of the disqualification? I would have liked to see that happen. I could see it going 2 ways. Either it's just too much in this weird season where they have to do a virtual finale, and it's just easier to have 3 queens and not add that extra element given the pandemic crisis. Or I could totally see Rue dropping it as a surprise at the beginning of the finale this week. Crystal in her Scrooge pajamas. Oh my God. I love Crystal so much. She just does not care. I love it. Team bring Jackie back. Crystal just does not care. She held that candle the entire reunion. I loved it. How cute is she? I don't think she's gonna win. I really don't think she's gonna win. I think that it's between Gigi and Jada. I 100% believe that Jada deserves it, but you know how they love these skinny white fashion queens. Crystal is wild. I know, she really is. The amount, I'm trying to say all this without cursing, but the amount of hoots not given by Crystal is just amazing and has made me love her so much. Who wears that to the reunion? Love her. All the hashtag fan has Crystal leading. Interesting. Curse away. I try not to. I try to behave myself. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say about the reunion. I thought it was cute. I thought it was fun. I don't understand how they pulled it off. Were they on Zoom? Did people have bad internet connections? Did VH1 upgrade all the Queen's internet connections? How did they do it? How did they do it? I can't even get through a YouTube live stream without buffering. How did they do it, guys? That's my question. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I liked it. I thought it was cute. I'm not one for the drama, really, so if they just, yeah, for sure filmed and edited after. But how? They still had to be live with each other. We'll never know. We'll never know. Yeah, it was definitely edited, and you can see some parts where they were perhaps breaking up. I can't remember which queen it was, but there was like a sort of clunky edit. They asked Widow about her meltdown. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think it was live, guys. I'm not that naive. I don't think it was live, but they still had to have the capability to be responding to each other like a group of 13 people, with like TV quality internet and no lagging or awkward moments like you have in a video conference. That's what I find impressive. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, her candle was lit and then unlit. Yeah, for sure. They 100% edited it. But yeah, I guess I was just very impressed by the fact that they were able to have a conversation among so many people in that type of forum that they could then edit into a television quality product. Yeah. Anyway, bedroom drag, isn't that just introverted cosplay? I thought to be considered a drag performer, you had to perform live and so forth. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was kind of interesting. I mean, I would imagine the way that most people start doing drag is in their bedrooms, in a sort of very private way for a variety of reasons. So it didn't seem that odd to me, especially in a small town that maybe doesn't have a drag community or scene. it didn't seem that odd to me that that's, and also with social media too, you know, queens could ostensibly build entire careers out of their bedrooms. But that sounds different than it is, but you know what I mean. By, you know, practicing makeup, taking photos, filtering, Instagram, all of that. So it didn't seem that odd to me. It did seem odd that she joined this season, or I don't know, I guess really any season, because, you know, the RuPaul queens need to be good performers. I mean, that's like a prerequisite, right? So it is a little odd that she managed to get on. Though I don't know, maybe if she's doing a lot of social media performing, you know, that's her thing. Loved her look, by the way. Wow, that was a glow up. That whole sort of like Amy Winehouse kind of thing. Her eye makeup, I thought she totally stepped it up. Those sort of like weird wings that she did all season, she still had them, but they looked better, more polished. So Colin says, I think they probably sent them all camera and lighting packages and then probably made a private video chat, possibly using their own platform or some kind of Zoom. All right. Well, I'm still impressed. All right, everyone. So that's the end of the agenda. My popcorn's going a little stale. That's it. We got through all 4 agenda items. So I'll be back tomorrow with a topic. Do you guys have any topics that you want that I could address in a live stream? So some of the successful ones I thought we've done have been sewing machines. We talked about my serger. We talked about dress forms. We have talked about fabric choices for specific patterns. We have talked about shoes, makeup, hair, various hair tutorials. So if there's something you're dying to see, you're here for book club. Can we talk darts? Something that you're dying to see that would be easy to talk about or show on a live stream. Sewing room setup / decor. That's fun. Book club. We like that. Kimmy just got one of my butterick patterns in the mail. Fabulous. Well, enjoy. All right, everyone. Fans. Yeah, I feel like darts, I hear you, Michelle. I feel like it's not, I'll have to think about it. Let me think about it. I feel like it might be a topic that's better suited to a pre-recorded video so that I can actually show you up close the sewing of the dart. Yeah, so there's some things that are better for lives and some things that are better for videos that I would record in advance. And lives are more like discussion. I can't really show you any like very detailed where you need to have a camera on the table or on my machine. Yeah, pattern matching isn't great either. All right, guys. Thank you for your input. Inspiration to design, sketching ideas. Yeah, lots of good brainstorms, and all of these are good brainstorms for actual YouTube videos too, for not live videos. So, great. Another dive into a vintage dress. That would be fun, Laura. All right. Least favorite sewing mix. All right. So thank you, everyone. I will see you tomorrow with a new topic. And thank you for joining me today. Thank you for keeping me on topic. And I will see you next time. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great night. Mwah.